their color young as springtime, Clairol.
Only 6 minutes to midnight.
Now let's go over to Times Square and see what's going on over there. For the stroke of midnight, when you see 12 o'clock, you're going to hear Our Auld Lang Syne played from the Roosevelt Grill. Then we'll be back here in the grill room to wish you a very happy new year and more music and more dancing. And now to Robert Trout at Times Square.
This is Times Square. This is Times Square as the great moment approaches. The heart of the nation's largest city preparing to go mad at midnight. A tumultuous farewell to the year 1957 and a noisier welcome to the unknown year 1958. From this balcony on the front of the Sheraton Astor Hotel in Times Square, this is how the New York Times building looks. That's the center of all attention, or it shortly will be. The ball of lights on top of a 70-foot flagpole. The flagpole itself, 27 stories above the street level. 20 seconds before midnight, you know, that ball of lights will start to come down slowly, slowly, and when it hits the roof, you will really hear an uproar. I don't know how it sounds to you now, but how these people have been making all this noise for more than an hour and are still going strong, it's pretty hard to tell. There's so many of them down there that we can't even find the police commissioner to have him tell us how many he thinks there are. It looks as if there are at least 500,000, though. 500,000 shouting, yelling, blowing whistles and horns, every conceivable kind of horn. Guitars, balloons, umbrellas. It started to rain about 11:15, but that hasn't seemed to make any difference at all. They jump, they wave like a field of grain when the mountain wind hits it. An enormous field. 40th Street to 53rd blocked off. Here in Broadway, Times Square. The pigeons don't like it. Every December 31st, the pigeons fly away somewhere else, unhappily. All of them looking up at us now at this balcony on the Sheraton Astor Hotel. Swiss scientists tell us this year it won't be 1958 until 3/1000ths of a second after midnight, so all gentlemen who are planning to kiss ladies might keep that in mind. It won't be officially the next year until 3/1000ths of a second past midnight. Camera moving slowly across the faces. Those police signs you see were put there so that you at home watching on television can become familiar with them. Needless to say, there's no playground in Times Square, and you don't have to yield the right of way. The crowd is trying to climb all over the signs. A warm night here, despite the few raindrops. The temperature up in the 40s, much pleasanter than the 27 degrees of 2 years ago. Looking slowly northward now, slowly, slowly toward the north from the Sheraton Astor, which is between 44th and 45th Streets on the west side of Broadway. As our television light beam strikes them, they seem to go crazy for a few moments. How they'll make even more noise precisely at midnight, we don't know, but they will. Looking up now at some of the signs that give the Gay White Way its name. The Time, Life, Sports Illustrated sign, one of the newest, 9 stories high, half a mile of neon tubing there. 6,500 light bulbs. And the theaters, too, with their lighted marquees, making the scene sparkle in Times Square. If you hear as much noise as we hear, there must be pandemonium wherever you are. A tremendous burst of sound. But they're just warming up for the magic moment. the great moment of midnight. Here's the largest electric sign in the world, a block and a quarter long, and that waterfall has 8,000 gallons of antifreeze in it for winter. Scraps of paper falling down through the air. People throwing homemade confetti, and now everyone, as if by signal, turns and faces south. Faces go up, looking up at the Times building. It may not be time, but they seem to sense that it is, almost. One lone sign down there, judgment coming, seek ye the Lord. But it's lost almost in the crowd. Up now to the ball of lights. It doesn't look as if it started to move yet. The New York Times electrician consults his watch, you know, and at 20 seconds before midnight, he pushes the button, and there it comes, slowly descending. Listen to the roar now. This is it, the magic moment. It is 1958. A new year is born. The globe of light seemed to go out just before it touched the roof. And those letters 1958, those figures came on slightly before the globe had touched the roof. But it's official. The new year is here. And those numbers are blazing forth on all four sides of the New York Times building. The building here in Times Square. The old year has died, and the great annual blessed event has happened. A new year has been born. Firecrackers exploding in the crowd now, but they don't care. A very happy scene as well as a tumultuous one. And so now it's time for us to say it's Happy New Year in Times Square, and so back to the dance.
Happy New Year, everybody. A very happy New Year, especially from all of us, and especially from Clairol, the first name in hair color. We hope you have a wonderfully happy and prosperous 1958. Happy New Year!